Hello everyone and welcome back to the Rainbow Hair Files. Today I am going to be recreating this hairstyle. It is the very first hairstyle that I ever put out on YouTube on this channel, and one of the first ones I ever put on Instagram. It is one of our go-to hairstyles. Like, I've done it so many times since then, but I wanted to kind of give you an updated tutorial on it. So just as the Instagram video showed, we're going to section and then detangle Alethea's hair to begin with. This was a lot easier said than done this day. For whatever reason, her hair was like super tangled, so even just trying to section it off for the detangling was hard. One thing that I have started doing is applying oil to her scalp, and so that's all I'm doing here before I go in with some leave-in conditioner on the rest of her hair. Once her hair is detangled, I'm gonna start creating all the different sections. So the first one is just going straight across the back of her head, and I'm trying to make a straight line from the top of her ear. I like to create what I call a soft part to begin with our wooden comb, and then I use some edges gel and I go across that part that I created before using a finer toothed comb to really get that part clean and straight. Now once I am happy with that, I'm going to split that section into two, just going straight up the middle, repeating the steps I did before. Now this part is optional. I just like to do it so that I could really catch all the little baby hairs and everything in the section. I'm using some more of that edges gel with our toothbrush, and I'm just smoothing out the section before I tie it off with an elastic. One thing I really love about this hairstyle is that you can do as many parts as you feel like you need to. You can do them as big as you want them. It's really super versatile depending on how thick your hair is and just what you prefer as far as the finished look. The second part that I chose to create, I create kind of a side part on one side of her head, and then on the other side of her head, the side you can see, I'm going from the back of her ear and just kind of connecting it to that side part. You can't really tell what I'm talking about, but you will when you see the pictures of the final product. So I went ahead and sectioned off the rest of her hair. I created 6 parts in total. Now the other thing I love about this hairstyle is that you can do as many braids as you want in the sections, as many braids as you can in the sections, depending on the thickness of your hair. You can do twists instead of braids. It is completely up to you. I did 2 braids in each section at the back of her head, and then I believe I did 3 braids in the middle 2 sections, and then the section at the very top I turned into 4 braids. But it is completely up to you and how thick your hair is, and like I said, what you like as far as the final look. I decided to add beads on the end of her braids. You don't have to do this, you can just tie it off with elastic, you can do little barrettes or bows or whatever you want. If your hair will stay in a braid without it being tied off, then you don't even have to tie it off at all. So now we are on the very last section. The only thing I did differently with this section compared to the other ones is I tried to get all the braids to go off to the right side of her head. I just prefer how it looks. So with every single braid, instead of sitting behind her and just braiding it however I want, I'm making her sit to the side of me so that I can braid them to the side. Now I'm just going to go ahead and swoop all her little baby hairs, edges, whatever you want to call them. This is, once again, completely optional. I just felt like doing it today. And the final step is adding some of this mousse, which I know now that I did not put enough. This is a new product for us and I didn't know how much to use. I didn't want it to end up like caking her hair, so. This is the final look. I absolutely love this hairstyle. I'm going to continue doing this hairstyle on Olympia. It will be our go-to for as long as I can do it on her hair. I think it looks super cute and it's super easy to do.